This is the second video that I've done on the Cold Steel Recon 1. This is the knife that I carry every day. I've been using this for about 4 years now. I did the first video about 2 years into using this knife. So if you want to watch that, I'll put the link to that in this video. But I want to do a second review on this. Just talk about why I really still like this knife and continue to use it to this day. And I just talk about the durability of this knife. That's what I want to focus on this time. And I have a little test I'm going to do in a minute. The diamond-like coating they have on this blade, I didn't think it was going to last very long, but it's actually held up very well. The handle is very aggressive. I like the grip on that. Some people don't like that, but I like to have something you can really hold on to if it's wet out. You don't have to worry about your hand slipping on the handle. It's really never had any problems when I've been using it. The edge always seems to be sharp. I just kind of touch it up every couple months just to make sure it's razor sharp. And when I say razor sharp, it is like a razor. You got to be very careful with that. It's not a toy, that's for sure. So you got to be careful, especially with the triad lock. It's kind of, when you unlock this, you got to be careful. You got to hold the blade with the other hand because you don't want it falling and hitting your finger as you're unlocking it. And that did happen to me when I first bought it, but I quickly learned to make sure you're holding that when you unlock it, especially because of the bigger blade. This is about 4 inches, so you just want to be careful with that. Some people don't like the way cold steel knives look, like this Recon 1. It's kind of ugly, some people call it, but I think it's kind of simplistic, and it's just always works. And in regards to like maintenance for the knife, there's really nothing you need to do. You can take it apart. I did, just to see what it looks like with the triad lock and everything. It comes apart very easily, so if you want to do that, you can. If you want to lubricate the joint there, you can. You don't really need to, because I think they have Teflon washers in there, if I remember correctly, so it should be fine. The edge is very nice, and that's what we're going to test now. We're going to see how well that actually holds up. So I've got a couple things we're going to do here. I've got a cardboard box. We're going to just cut it up into as many pieces as we can, and I'll speed that up for you. Cardboard is really good for dulling a knife. If you've ever cut a lot of cardboard boxes, you know it'll dull your knife pretty quick. So we're going to see how well it's going to hold up with that. And then after that, really to put it through its paces, we're going to shave off as much as we can of this piece of wood. So I'll just kind of whittle at this for a while. Let's get right into the test. So I just touched up the blade. Got it pretty sharp. Let's see how we did here. I'll test it on a piece of paper. All right, so it's definitely sharp. See if we can, yeah, that's, if you can wiggle it back and forth like that and hardly putting any pressure on there. This is very thin paper. It's definitely sharp to begin with. So I'm gonna start cutting this box up, and we'll see how this blade holds up. All right, so that's it for the cardboard. I think that was about 120 cuts. Kind of lost track there, but it's definitely still feels sharp. So let's start cutting the piece of wood. I think that's enough for the wood. I kind of peeled off all the bark and did some shavings there. And it still feels pretty sharp. Let's see how it cuts the cardboard after that. So that still cuts it very easy. Let's grab another piece of paper and we'll see how that does. You can see it kind of tears a little bit, but it's still very sharp. So here's a piece of regular paper. Alright, so we made a lot of cuts with this knife and did some chopping on that piece of wood and some shavings, and it's still pretty sharp. So I would say it held up very well. So that's my second review of the Cold Steel Recon 1. I highly recommend this knife. I'm going to continue carrying this knife. I may try out some other knives from Cold Steel, but this right now is going to continue to be my EDC daily carry knife. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to leave a like and be looking for future videos like this. I have a few more I'm going to be doing on some other Cold Steel knives that I do already own. So be looking for that. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.